Ready?
Yeah. All right, so we're here with my son's 1980 what? Two Ford pickup truck. He is on his second engine in this truck and second build of this particular engine. So we're going to come in here and we'll talk about it real quick. All right, so it is a 300 cubic inch Ford motor. We have it set up to temporarily run. It is sitting on the shop floor. The engine that's in the truck is a clapped out 300 from 1968.
72.
What was it, 72? Basically the same engine though, from those years. And it is just flat wore out. He said that it is competing between the oil and the gas to see who can finish first. So he did a basic rebuild on this engine. I carried the block in to work where I have a steam cleaner, and they did a basic hone and wash on the block. And he did a basic valve job where he relapped the valves and polished the crank, put it all back together. And we are about to crank it for the first time and hopefully see this engine run. It also has a new set of lifters and a new camshaft, which has us a little concerned with all the camshaft break-in problems. We are running the, what oil is that? Lucas engine break-in oil and straight 30 weight break-in oil. Here it is, right here. We're gonna run some of that and say a little prayer and hopefully get this engine running. Do you want to set up the cooling fan?
Should we pour the rest of that in the motor?
No. You want to set up the cooling fan to be blowing through this radiator, or you want to do that in a few minutes, or what?
Let's get it right, or get it where it's running, and then we'll do that. I just want to see that it's going to run. Get it where we're going to turn it on, and it's going to go. And then
okay. Well, we did a little bit of that last night, screwing around with it, and it was looking like it was going to go. So let me get you set up in a tripod, and we're going to get going here. All right. So we screwed around a little bit with the timing last night and got the distributor back in correctly. It was it 180 out?
yes, and then it was
And then
1 degree out.
And then it was a few degrees out, but I think we got it where it'll run. So let's see if it's going to brap off. Yeah, I can hear it popping already. Come on, baby. Get out of the way. You're going to have to figure out how to get that. Close. Stop giving it gas. Just let it run. Shouldn't need to give it any gas. It's still black smoking. All right.
This distributor needs to. It's still one little bitty bit off. If you're having to do that to bring the cap around, that means the rotor needs to go back.
Okay. All right. We're going to adjust more on the distributor. All right. That fell off.
What fell off?
The ratchet off the front of the crank.
Yeah.
All right. Wrong way. I think you've gone the wrong way with the distributor because I can't turn it. It's trying before I turn that way.
Right.
So whatever way you went, go back 2 clicks.
Yeah. But if the timing mark is off and I'm just closed, then
All right,
You know what I'm
we're
saying?
recording take 3. Let's try again.
Did I set the flathead over there?
Yes, you did. You gotta hook the battery up there, son.
Yeah, you can do it, don't you?
It always helps. You got no oil pressure. Don't like that. We can try that. Give me a 3/8. It's got enough pre-lube in it. We can run it for a minute or two. Not a minute or two, but a few more seconds.
Set your feet.
What?
Line wrench. There's a 3/8 line wrench.
I don't need a line wrench. I just need a regular wrench.
It doesn't matter.
We're gonna take it completely off because this isn't like this doesn't spray oil like.
It will make a mess, but yeah. Okay.
Yep. Let's see what happens. Battery back up. Take 4. Not pumping oil. How much oil's in this thing? 6 quarts. It ain't pumping. You need to put a drill, and we need to try to run and see if we can get it to prime.
Figure out where the rotor's pointed and lock that in your memory.
Well, here's where we are. It won't make oil pressure. So he's going to pick it back up, drop the oil pan off, and we're going to check to see why this thing is not making oil pressure. We think that there may be a gasket missing between the pickup tube and the pump itself. And if that's, I don't know if that's enough to cause it, but possibly. So that's what we're going to do. Well, weather check. It's gotten colder as the day's gone on, and yeah, they said it was going to. But the engine, we had to pull the oil pan back off of it, drop the oil pump off of it, and put a gasket on the oil pump pickup. And before we put it back in, we checked it and made sure it was pumping oil, and it is pumping oil in the oil pressure line now. And he is in the process of connecting the battery, and we're fixing to try to crank it and see if we can get it to run one more time with oil pressure this time. All right, well, we're getting the battery hooked back up, got oil back in it, and I'm probably going to have to fiddle around with the distributor, and we're hoping that we didn't turn it and get it out of time. So, all right, here we go one more time. Let's see if we can make it backfire.
Yeah, make sure my face is not over. Thanks for saying that.
Great.
That doesn't sound right.
Go for it.
Okay, let's just pull the number 1 plug, find how that's there, and just set the timing and go from there.
Yeah, we're going to reset the distributor again. All right, distributor is back on 0. We are 100% positive that on compression. So, put the battery up. Let's try it again.
You didn't hook up the fuel pump.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I didn't undo it there. Need some wire nuts. It's just the ground side. It's no big deal. It needs to be insulated. So. Whatever.
Ready?
Yeah. All right, try it again. Go ahead. Well, that's nice. It blew out that O-ring on the oil filter.
Why?
I don't know, son, because it wasn't seated. We got another oil filter right there. Okay, well, we blew the oil filter off of it. You want to dump this little bit of oil that's in it? That back in it? And
I
out of
guess.
this bucket?
Yeah. Where's the funnel?
Over there. The other side of that cart. On the other side of the cart. I just tossed it over there. Just trying to, that's grease. I hope. Shit.
It's character.
Yeah, random character. Well, it's on the tip. It blows it out again. I don't know what to tell you. Just hook it up and let's try it.
Feels like the twilight's on.
Yeah.
Pressure gauge going up.
Yeah, big time. Whoa, shut it off,
Why?
Well, because the oil pressure is going over 100 PSI.
Is that bad?
Yeah, that's bad. It was, I mean, pegged past 100.
It is thick oil though.
Yeah, it's very thick oil.
Flashes on.
All right, well, we are dealing with over 100 PSI of oil pressure. So we're going to try to crank it up one more time and see if the oil filter blows off of it and we really make a mess. Try not to rev it up too much,
I know.
but we got to break in this cam. Go and crank it up and worry about revving it up after.
I'm just gonna give it a little more. Yep, broke the seam on it.
Busted the seam. Well, there it is. You can see the seam blowed off the oil filter. Never in my life have I ever seen a seam blow off an oil filter like that. But it did it. Well, the F100 is going to have to wait for another day. We've got to get another oil pump, another oil pan gasket. In all my years, I don't know that I've ever seen one blow an oil filter housing off quite like that one. The oil pressure was well over 100 PSI. So, he bought that oil pump a long time ago. It's new in the box, but I think it was either a high volume or high pressure. We're on a cold day with straight weight oil. It just wasn't having it. You really don't need those high volume, high pressure oil pumps as a general rule. A standard volume oil pump for a stock motor is all you should need. So that's what he's going to have to do, is come up with a stock volume oil pump, and we'll go from there.
Yep, broke the seam on it.
Busted the seam. Dang.
All right.
it.